Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chin up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy.
Good morning, guys. Again, still in Sri Lanka. Thank you so much for clicking on the channel. So, you know that Sri Lanka is a Buddhist country. So they have lots of temples. But today I'm visiting the most famous temple in Sri Lanka. It's in Kandy, and it's called the Temple of the Tooth. Temple of the Tooth, yeah. They say that Buddha's tooth is here. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but it's housed here. And this is the backdrop here. There's a beautiful lake behind me, and there's lots of fish in it because no one fishes here because it's across from the temple, so it's seen as holy. So nobody comes here to fish. So there's lots of fish in the temple. And across from the temple is also the Queen's Hotel in 1954. Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth came to Sri Lanka, and this is where she stayed. Did she rent out the entire building? The entire building. So she rented out the entire hotel. So this is a famous landmark here in Kandy, Sri Lanka. So this is the entrance of the temple. As I said, it's a very famous, the most famous temple in Kandy, and the line is long because everybody comes here for a blessing. Before entering the temple, as a sign of reverence, you have to take your shoe off. So I explored this temple barefooted. This is the temple where the tooth is held. Now, this tooth is very, very important. And the king, in order to maintain the respect of the throne, he has to ensure that the tooth is kept safe. And in order to do this, he made sure the tooth was protected by 7 layers. So nobody at all could get to it. It was very, very secure. And you can see the Buddhist flag all throughout this temple. So many people. You don't physically see the tooth at the temple, but during puja, which is offerings or prayers, the heavily guarded room housing the tooth is open to devotees and tourists. It's kept in a gold casket shaped like a dagoba or stupa, which contains a series of 6 dagoba caskets of diminishing sizes. Fupa is held 3 times per day. The morning service is from 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. The midday service is from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. The evening service is from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, at these services, you will find devotees offering flowers as sacrifice and food to Buddha. Alright, so this is the lower level to the temple where we just came from, the upper level where the tooth is. And there are 3 times a day that they do a ritual. 6 in the morning, noon, and 6 at evening. 6 in the morning they offer milk rice. At noon they offer rice and curry. And at night they offer soup and porridge. Even though the teeth can't eat, they're offering it as if they're offering it to the living Buddha. So that's why they offer food. The monks can't eat it after, so they don't throw it away. They give it to the dogs or to the birds. But yeah, this is where they offer the food. Alright, so the tooth is in the upper level, where of course you can't see it. However, the tooth itself is wrapped in gold lotus, and on the wall there, on the roof, you can see the gold lotus plants, and those were donated by the Japanese government. The top of this roof, I'll show you a better view outside, is also gold, which is gold plated, which was also donated by the Japanese. So this is the most important temple in Buddhism at all. So Japanese people, people from India, people from Sri Lanka, everybody comes here. Everybody comes here, even after you've appointed prime ministers, army officials. The first thing they do is to come to this temple and offer a sacrifice so that the blessing will be on their appointment. Very, very important. Whether you're Japanese or Indian, Sri Lankan, this is where you come. So this is the most important temple, girls and guys, in Buddhism. So guys, as I have been saying, this is the most important temple and the most important piece of relic from Buddha. So everybody, these are all donations from different countries, Japan, India and other countries, Thailand. They all donated, Burma, they all donated this. So this is a new shrine and they have kept all these donations here on the wall. Excuse me. On the wall. May is a very important month in Buddhism. This is when Buddha was born. This diagram shows, I'm sorry. This diagram shows when Buddha was enlightened underneath the boa tree, also in May. And this picture shows when Buddha died in India, also in May. So May is a very important month in Buddhism. Buddha was born, enlightened, and died in India. So how did the most important Buddhist relic find its way to Sri Lanka? Alright guys, so even though the tooth is in Sri Lanka now, it wasn't originally in Sri Lanka, it was in India because Buddha was born in India, he was enlightened in India, and he also died in India. However, Prince Sudana and Princess Hemamala, they felt that the tooth was not secure in India, so they hid the tooth in her hair and took it over to Sri Lanka. So that's how the Buddha's tooth got from India to Sri Lanka. Alright guys, so that was the end of our tour at the temple. So let me know in the comment section like what rituals you have in your religion or your denomination, interesting stories, if there's anything that's similar to the Buddhist culture or the Buddhist rituals that we just saw. And don't forget, if you watch this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you in the next vlog. Bye!
I was worried you blowed my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, alright. This very finger for people like that.